All right. Hi friends, hello, live with Lynette. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making some homemade pumpkin puree and I'll show you why. We are using these ginormous carving pumpkins. Maybe your front porch is decorated with them and now you're ready to get rid of them. You can always take them to a local farm for their animals, or you can sit them out back for your squirrels and that kind of thing. Where we live, we have some bears, and so maybe I don't want to attract all the bears to my backyard. So instead, I'm going to make homemade pumpkin puree to have all throughout the season, okay? So I don't have to worry about trying to find it in stores or that type of thing. So what we're going to do today, you can do at home. It's super, super easy and super simple, okay? So off your front porch, just grab one of your kiddos' carving pumpkins, or maybe they painted them. Mine were painted, so I just rinsed them off. You guys can see it's still kind of wet. I just rinsed it off just with water and then wipe it off. Of course, if it's painted, you'll definitely want to make sure that the paint is off. My paint came off super easy, and so that's what we have done. So here, I already have started, and I thought I should just show my friends what I'm up to today. So hopefully you guys can see this. I am using just 4 simple tools, okay? So first I've got my large groove cutting mat. I love this cutting mat. Let me show you guys. So first of all, the sides are skid, so when he's on your counter, he's not gonna go anywhere. This side, you guys can see, has a groove in it to catch all the juices and that kind of thing. It's really nice when you're cutting a pork loin or any kind of meat that has juice in it, a roast, that kind of thing, or your pineapples, your larger fruits that have a lot of juices, okay? And then the back is just a flat side, okay? It also has measurements up the sides, which is gonna be really hard for you guys to see, but right here on the gray parts, we have some measurements up our sides, okay? So I'm using the part with the grooves, just in case anything needs to fall in my grooves here, okay? I'm also using my chef's knife. This is part of our forged cutlery collection. You guys can see that the blade goes all the way through my knife, which is super awesome, okay? These are German knives, which means they're super, super strong and durable, okay? How you use your knives is on your knife, you see that PC emblem? You wanna put your thumb there, your first finger on the other side, and you want to hold it like this so that you have a really nice firm grip. You're completely in control. You do not want to hold your knife like this and just be chopping things, okay? It's super easy to lose control this way and maybe chop your finger or your knife to go flying, whichever might happen, okay? So you just want to make sure that you have a really strong grip on it. And you'll notice when you start doing this with your knives, holding it this way, that your cuts are so much smoother, so much easier, and it's an easier way to use your knife, okay? So you want to make sure that you're holding your knife the correct way. Also, here is a super helpful tip for knife safety, okay? When you are using your knife, you want to make sure that when you set it down, you always set it down blade side away from you, okay? That way, if you're still doing something right here, you are not prone to accidentally catching a knuckle or your finger or picking up the blade, picking up the knife the wrong way, okay? If it is sitting like this, blade side away from you, it's super easy just to grab your knife and keep using it, okay? So that's just a safety tip that you want to use. I'm also using our vegetable peeler, super simple. I'm also using our scoop loop, super simple. Okay, you guys ready for this? So this piece I have already done. So what I've done is he's got a really bad rot inside, okay? So here you can see I tested to make sure that he was still gonna be okay to use. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting him in slices. Then I'm using my vegetable peeler. I'm just barely peeling off the outer layer. You don't have to, but I am, because I am. And then we're gonna scoop out the insides. Okay, so you guys ready for this? Let me just chop up this guy. And then you guys can see how easy this knife goes through pumpkin. Like, that is crazy, okay? Pumpkins are so hard, but with this knife, you can so easily just cut right through your pumpkin. Did you guys see how quick and easy that went through there? Some of these pieces are just a little bit bigger, so I'm just double cutting them. I'll show you guys where I'm putting them and what we're going to do with them. Okay, so I've got that piece done, okay? So you guys ready? I've got my huge piece of, this is a huge pumpkin, okay? So all I'm gonna do is lay him down, cut my piece off that I want to use, okay? Look how easy that is, okay? lay your knife down, and then I'm just gonna lightly peel off the skin, okay? And you guys can see, whoops, how easy. Normally I have a paper towel to hold on to him because he's a little bit slippery, but I forgot to grab one. Earlier, if you caught my video, you saw me doing the smaller pumpkins. I have done 2 pumpkins already, 3. How many have I done? 3. Okay, so then you just move this to the side. Okay. We're gonna cut him in half as well, just to sort of get the rest of this peel. Sometimes I cut too big of a piece to peel it. And it does not have to be perfect, of course, you guys know that, okay? So let me just show you again how easily this goes through our pumpkin. So crazy, so easy. Okay. So if you do not have a knife that will easily cut through your spaghetti squash, your acorn squash, that kind of thing, you'll definitely want to invest in a good knife, okay? Let me just chop these bigger pieces into a little bit smaller piece. So what you guys are seeing me doing, I'm just sort of guiding it with this hand on these little pieces. We'll do these too. I'm using all the pressure is coming out of this hand, okay? Alrighty. So here is the best part about this. Okay, so I've got this huge pumpkin, okay? All of these seeds need to come out. Now, if you're like me, I am a texture person. I will not even stick my hand in the dirty sink water. I use gloves to do my dishes, and that's how I pull out like that yucky little food catcher. Oh, it just completely grosses me out. So there is no way I am sticking my hand in here to get these seeds out. There is absolutely no way. It's the same for acorn squash. It's the same for bell peppers. I just don't do it. I use tools, okay? So that's where this super silly but so necessary tool in your kitchen, okay? So all I'm gonna do is, he is serrated, okay? So this is our scoop loop. So all you do, and I am not touching this. This is completely, my hand is not getting dirty at all. It's all with this guy. I am just going through here. We are going to just scoop these seeds right on out here, okay? And then this is where you guys can help me, okay? So my 2 big boys, that'd be my husband and my oldest child, have recently started a compost pile outside. And I'm trying to decide if I want pumpkin innards to go in my compost pile. So what do you guys think? Should we see what that's going to turn out to be? Should we just leave them out? What are your thoughts? Okay. How long did that take me? I don't know. 30 seconds at max. Was that 30 seconds? To get my pumpkin completely cleaned. Completely cleaned. Like, look at that. There's not a single thing left in there. How amazing is that? I love my scoop loop, you guys. I use it all the time. Bell peppers, avocados, anything that has innards that I don't want to touch. Even avocados sometimes are like a weird feeling to me. This guy, he is flexible. He's got a small side, which is perfect for your peppers, avocados. He's got a big side, perfect for your spaghetti squashes, acorn squashes, that kind of thing, okay? So now all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna continue to cut him, peel him, and chop him into pieces. And this is why. Okay, let me set this stuff aside. It takes no time to do this. Okay, so let me just set this aside over here. Just wipe down my workspace a little bit so I don't get all of this everywhere. And now we are going to make homemade pumpkin puree. Okay, I am using my deluxe cooking blender from Pampered Chef. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this. Can you guys see him? Okay. And what I've done is, in here, I have about 5 to 6 cups of our pumpkin. That's it, okay? We are going to add a little bit of water. I've got little Leo's, one of his little cups here. So, I don't know, probably 1/2 cup to 3/4 cups of water. You just pour that in. We're gonna put our lid on. This is hard to do backwards. Put your lid on, turn it on, okay? And I'm going to use the heated puree setting. I love that setting because it helps me make homemade baby food. We make homemade apple butter, applesauce, all sorts of things with that setting. Also on your blender, you have a smoothie setting, an alternative milk, a grind setting, soups, sauce, and jam, okay? Strawberry jam is amazing in here. All of our tomato sauce, our pizza sauce, all of our hot pepper jellies, everything that came in from the garden, we used my cooking blender with to completely prepare, okay? I didn't have to labor over my stove, nothing. I put all of the ingredients in here, turned it on, and I walked away. When I came back, we put it in our canning jars and we canned it, okay? What I love about this is how we make our homemade peanut butter on the grind setting, homemade almond butter. We make our homemade Nutella in here, which is super, super yummy. Smoothies, everything. We use this thing all the time, okay? What we're gonna do today is turn it on a heated puree setting. It is telling me that it's gonna heat up to 212 degrees. So what it does is there's actually a heating element in here, okay? So it's not on friction, it is a heating element, okay? So this actually is going to cook whatever is in here if you're using a heated setting. The heated puree is a heated setting. So what it's gonna do, when I push start, I'll let you guys see, and then I'm gonna pause it because he's kind of loud for us to be on camera together. But when I push it, it's gonna blend, then it's gonna pause, and it's gonna heat, okay? So check this out. Just make sure my cap is on. Okay, so now what it's doing is the word heat is down here, okay? And the little track is running. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it so it doesn't interrupt me. So what it is doing now is it is heating. Well, when I push pause, it's gonna be heating, okay? So it's gonna heat and then it's gonna blend, heat and blend up until 212 degrees, and then it's gonna be done, okay? I love this. Let me show you. I'll turn him back on when I'm done with you guys. But here is from one of my small pumpkins that I just got done doing, okay? Look at this. Perfect pumpkin puree. All it is pumpkin and water. It tastes delicious. It's absolutely delicious. I have it in my silicone prep bowl here, which has a lid, okay? So I'm gonna use this. I'm actually gonna be making up batches of pumpkin pies. I'm gonna freeze them. One, to give away to our friends this holiday season, and then two, just so that I have them ready for Thanksgiving. We're hosting some friends this year for Thanksgiving, and I don't wanna be laboring the morning of or the day before trying to get my desserts done. So I'm gonna pre-make them now, and then I'm gonna pop them in the freezer, and then all I have to do is bring them out a couple days ahead of time, okay? However, if you do make your own pumpkin puree, so I'm gonna have gallons of pumpkin puree, okay? You cannot hot can them, okay? The FDA has not approved that yet for home canning of homemade pumpkin puree. However, you can freeze it. This freezes amazingly, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, let me see if I have any right here to show you. Nope, I don't. They're all back in my pantry. I'm going to freeze them in, I have some freezing containers. I'm just gonna freeze them in 2-cup batches. And then we're just gonna pop them in the deep freeze. And then we're gonna be ready to go for the rest of this season whenever I need pumpkin puree, whenever Max starts eating table food, that kind of thing. Whenever I wanna make some more homemade pumpkin lattes. If you guys haven't seen that video, you should check that out. It's super yummy. And here is what I have made this morning. Tonight is our first event of the season with some friends, and I made, let's see if you guys can see this. The light is kind of funny. In my medium stoneware baker, I made pumpkin pie bars. Okay, so it's just a simple pumpkin pie recipe. On the bottom, it's a really healthy crust instead of like your traditional crust. It's made of oats, flour, of course, you know my Enrichables are in there. Oats, flour, Enrichables, and a little bit of melted butter. That's it, is my crust. And then sweetened condensed milk, pumpkin puree, some of my homemade pumpkin puree, and eggs. And that's my pumpkin pie. It is gonna be super yummy. Here in just a minute, I'm gonna make some homemade whipped topping for it, and this is gonna be good to go. So this is my medium baker. How cute is he? And he is gonna be all set for our dinner tonight with friends. So anyways, I just wanted to bring you guys into my kitchen. I was doing it anyways, and I thought, hey, I should share with my friends what I'm up to. Just prepping some homemade pumpkin puree for the season, and to get that into my freezer to make me some homemade pumpkin pies that I'm gonna be able to give to our friends. All right. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll comment below. If you have any questions, please let me know. If not, I will chat with you guys later. I love you. Bye.